Hey guys, welcome to this episode.
And that's
of
when I pulled
Intentionally...
the sausage link out of my butt and said, "Now you owe me $14."
Was I
This
supposed to
episode of
level?
Intentionally Blank D&D. I'm your DM Kyle, and I'm joined by the lovely players Dakota, Levi, and Paisley.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm still waiting for that $14.
Before we begin, do you guys have any announcements? Hey guys, welcome to this episode.
And that's
of
when I
Intentionally...
pulled the sausage. Talespire finally did something.
Go
Yeah.
on then.
Oh, that's the end of my
Elaborate.
announcement.
Okay. If I could expand on that,
You
Talespire,
can't.
their most recent update was to add clipping for some of their, if I can open it up, some of their props. So like if I get a ladder here, I believe I can do X, and then it shows you where it will be, and when you put in...
Oh, you can snap things to other things.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah, now it's just a lot easier for when you're trying to line up those props that are supposed to be lined up.
trying to build trees in the new
Trees,
system.
fences, stuff like that. So yeah. I know they've been working a lot on the back end, doing a lot of like rules and stuff like that, so that you can implement your characters into Talespire, more so. But I do not believe that they have released anything for that yet.
That's more so for the modding side of things.
Is it for the modding? They're not going to implement it without mods?
I think it's mostly for the mod side of things.
Oh, okay.
So if you're using mods or you're a mod creator, you're going to be able to import your stuff easier into the game.
Oh, okay.
The big thing that they're working on, they wanted to get that clipping thing correct before they finished up with the boats and hose edition.
Boats and Hose Edition.
Yeah.
Talespire, take that idea.
Yeah. It's actually they're actually just calling it the Succubus edition rather than the Chimera. I don't know if that's true. If it is, they stole the idea from me.
Okay. But if there's...
use it.
Yeah, I'm sure they would see this, first of all. see
And be
this,
like,
and then be like, oh, darn, because Dakota said that, we can no longer do it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. If they don't use it, if the next edition isn't called the Succubus, that's the reason why.
Yep. And if it is, they stole it.
And if it is, they stole it.
But anyway, unless there's any other announcements, I will get into today's session.
nothing here.
Last time on D&D, while resting, 2 of our party members were visited by entities. While Moats was more so just a vision, no physical interaction, Asher was given a diamond and was told to visit the dead bodies of the recent battle. Once awake, the party went into town to do some prep just in case the pirates did come back. A town guard was set up with the residents rotating shifts. The captured pirate was questioned by the townsfolk, not by the party, and restrained when the pirate attempted to escape again. And also, a lot of stuff happened in the last session, so if any of you 3 remember something that happened, please remind me. Later that night, Asher visited the pile of dead bodies and chose to revive one of the dead pirates. They essentially bullied him into believing that Asher could kill him at any time, and which made him much more agreeable to help them. Later, I believe it was the next day, they hear the flapping of gigantic wings. Looking up on buildings, they see a bone dragon carrying a box with a rider fly close overhead, scream past, and doesn't seem interested in the town whatsoever. It flew overhead, heading to the southeast. After this happened, some of the townsfolk seemed to be panicking, and the party asked around and found out that about a month or two ago, Kesdon had been overrun by the undead. That's most likely where the dragon had come from. The party then gets with the researcher Zarlod and accepts his request to protect him, going to Ventento. I forgot to mention, before the Bone Dragon, the party was gifted a chest full of magical items from the pirate ship that Captain Darsh had taken over. But as they prepare with Humphrey to leave, the party says that they need one more day to wrap up unfinished business, and Humphrey says that is totally fine and says they will leave at first light the next day. So, is there anything that you guys can remember or want to bring up that I forgot to mention?
The snapping turtle.
That is the unfinished business.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll hop into that. So, the party takes the next remainder of the day to set up. They were told by I know their name, Koril,
Oral.
that they would need to go down to the beach and set up food traps so that they could attract a giant snapping turtle for their pay with favor. The party takes the next day to do so. I would like one of you with advantage or two of you to roll animal handling.
Can I just do it twice with no advantage?
That is
Give him
advantage.
advantage.
Oh, man.
I guess I can do it since nobody else is speaking up.
And I'll assist you.
I believe in you.
Yikes. Whoa! You didn't need me. You don't need nobody.
So yeah, you guys go to the beach. You set up some traps. Hoovel watching
Coral
overhead.
taught me how to do this.
Hmm?
Coral taught me how to do this, I say, as Asher's trying to give me a hand.
You just hold a hand up. Stop.
Yeah, as you look over, you see Asher like kind of caught in the net. Your new metallic appendages getting stuck, and then like you twist your arm, and then it gets even more stuck.
They're bending in ways they shouldn't bend, and you're like, this doesn't even hurt. What?
But I will say, Hoovel, as you watch Moat go about putting out nets with food in it, and then bring it back in to kind of like coax snapping turtles, and you guys take, I'll say with a natural 20, next hour or so, you guys start seeing like small snapping turtles. Start
I never
appearing.
specified the size
It
that we needed.
the specified was giant.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought you just said the heart
I
of
know.
a snapping turtle.
I remember giant snapping turtle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you coax in, and there's quite a bit of smaller ones. What do you guys do as smaller ones start appearing? Are you gonna let them just eat the food? Are you shooing them away? Are you just straight up killing them? or any other possibility.
Well, there's 4 of them, so we each get to decide what happens to one. It's only fair. And then the 4th one will be a communal vote.
Okay. I take my long sword of sharpness and I try and tip one over onto its back before
Okay.
it gets to the food.
Yeah, easy enough as it is like at
Little
a
guy.
turtle pace.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the sword underneath and pop it over, flips it on its back. Their backs are somewhat like spined. So as you flip it over, it almost like adheres to the sand and slightly sinks in. And there's
Nice.
no way this guy is flipping back over.
Okay. Very nice.
Ah!
Oh.
Is it doing the thing?
No, I accidentally flipped all 4 of them over.
Oh, he is stuck in the sand, see?
He is. He's all sunken in.
All right, Moat.
Oh, I'm gonna wait till after Hoovel decides.
All right, Hoovel.
We're deciding what to do with our turtle, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Moat's
Yeah.
wanting you each to decide what to do with one turtle.
I pick mine up and throw it as high as I can in the air, and bring out my bow and shoot it.
All right, roll to hit.
Little
Okay.
guy.
That's 17.
17, yeah. You toss it up. It starts spinning in the air. You get a clean shot, and it nearly explodes into shards as you shoot it out of the sky.
Cool.
Okay, then I take mine and I go over to here and I just throw it back into the water.
Just back into the water.
Yeah, but like over here.
Oh, okay. Okay. There's still one left if you guys want to do anything with it.
Tip him over onto his back.
Okay. Easy
I
enough.
like my method. Yeah.
So, over time, quite a few more of these small turtles come, and you guys either bring back to the water, tip them over, or shoot them out of the sky. Whoever really gets to it first. But after a few hours, you start seeing slightly larger snapping turtles. And roll history or nature. Probably nature, actually. Anyone.
Oh, I got this. Whatever I roll -1. It's a 1.
Okay. Yeah, so this one begins to approach. And starts eating up the bait that you guys had set out.
It looks a little. I don't know if this is a giant one. Does he look giant to you, Moat?
I mean, he looks big. But did I ever see the other one?
I think Asher's the only one that saw the actual one.
But he never came into town while they were out.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but Asher, you can relate to the group. This is much smaller than the giant snapping turtle you had seen before.
Okay. Yeah, this guy, he's not the one. He's not the one either.
As you guys are contemplating this, you hear a screeching sound come from the water as a much more large snapping turtle emerges and starts waddling its way up the beach, screeching. It the sound startles you, but then you look over and it is moving at a turtle pace towards all of you.
All right.
What about that one? I point. It's a Tarask.
Yeah, out in the water, the waves start rising.
Yeah, that guy, he looks a little more giant.
He's just stepping on the ones flipped over in the sand.
Yeah, as it steps on the ones in the sand, they sink even further into the sand, and as it goes past, you no longer see those turtles.
Oh.
So I confirm with Ash. I was like, this one?
That one.
All right, and then I take both pistols and I shoot at his turtle face.
Okay. And Hoovel, Asher, are you guys doing anything while he does this?
Well, yeah. Let me see what kind of spells I got. I got some spells I can do.
Trying to kill this thing, right?
Yeah, we want his heart to be intact, though. Strong
Okay.
note there.
Shoot
I'm
it.
like, yeah, that's the one. That loser over there. And I'm using vicious mockery.
Okay, so as it comes out of the water and it's crawling towards you guys, Hoovel, you aim and shoot your arrow at it. Moat, you take out both pistols, fire it, and then Asher, you mock it. With those three, I will say it's not going to be a hard fight, if any at all. So as you all do this, arrow lands, shots hit, mockery makes it cry, and in quick succession,
Tough.
its head explodes.
Yay! Okay. Well, let's get to
Alright.
carving.
No, I just dragged the entire thing over to her.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say, without going into it, you bring the carcass of the giant snapping turtle back to Koril, and she tells you, yes, I can harvest it myself, and I believe this concludes our business.
I thank her for her help, and I hope her
Be alive.
experiments are a success.
Yeah.
She says, and good luck to you as well.
And then I make my way back downtown. I'm walking at a brisk pace. There are faces that are going by, and I'm boat bound. No.
Okay, with the natural 20, I will say it is about an hour or two until sunset, so you guys do have a little bit of time if you want to do any last minute things in town.
No, the only thing I want left in town is on the boat, and that's new weapon.
Okay.
I want to blow the town up.
Well,
If you would like to, you can
that was a
definitely
joke.
try.
That was no. That was a joke. Even though I do want to do that, but no, I was joking.
So Hoovel, Asher, you guys want to do anything before loading up?
Nope.
I suppose not.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys load up. Moat, you go to Humphrey's quarters, where you see him hard at work. He wasn't expecting you guys back so soon, but you do see him over a work table, putting the finishing touches on what looks to be something similar to your musket, but much more advanced. As he sees you, he says, "Oh, Moat, and he kind of clears his throat. You know, he seems to have been working since you guys last talked on this. He is completely muddied and dirtied. He says, I will have this ready by departure tomorrow morning. If you would like to look it over, I can explain some of the intricate workings while I finish up.
Okay. And yeah, I stay with him.
Okay. And he goes over the different intricacies, how the scope of this one extends much further, and the barrel is now slightly larger than your musket and rifled, so now the bullets can travel further, and they hit harder. So yeah, if you want to add bad news to your weapon list, you can.
Once it decides to load.
Okay. But with that, you guys all get a night's rest on the boat. You see as Zarlod is beginning to set up a spot down on the lower deck with you guys. And the next morning, early light, you guys set off. If you guys, even below decks, you hear Humphrey start shouting at his crew, getting different things ready, telling Nav how to do his job, even though he's programmed by Humphrey to do that specific thing anyway. You hear him yelling over his first mate, Durgeon, who seems to be shouting the same things slightly faster than Humphrey, but Humphrey's voice just carries more. And in the early light, you guys set off. The ship picks up, and I believe this is the first time Asher and Hoovel, you guys have seen the ship actually take off. As they pull in the bridge that they've created, you see as the purple crystal glows and begins to spin rapidly at the rear of the ship. And you see as the sails are brought up, and the wings extend out a little bit further than they did when the ship was parked. And as the ship begins to list backwards and then rise directly upwards, the sails then drop and the ship gently drifts to the southeast. And after a little bit of time, you start seeing the city of Ferrant disappear, getting smaller and smaller. And you guys are now on your way. I will move boards.
Look, we're in the sky.
Now, as I set this all up, is there anything that you guys want to do, or per se, what are you guys doing as the first part of your journey?
Anytime that I see like a bird or anything, I'm gonna test out my new gun.
Okay, so every now and then, those of you who are on the ship hear a resounding explosion as your friend Moat is testing out their new weapon. If you want to describe the weapon, you can, as it is yours, so you can kind of customize it to how you would like.
Oh, I haven't done that part yet.
Okay.
So right now it's pretty stock as to how he made it.
Okay.
So it's just a big rifle. The barrel on it is larger than the original, and then every time that I do land a shot, there is a explosion from there, similar to my explosive rounds. But I don't have to use my explosive rounds. What would happen if I did use my explosive rounds?
Is bad news explosive?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I was unaware.
Unless it just says explosive because that's a key word, but
Let me double make sure. But
it doesn't say it in the properties, but it does say it in the description.
the description lists everything.
Okay,
Whether
then
it has
never
it
mind.
or not.
It just hits real hard then.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as you guys are flying, Humphrey begins the trip kind of gently over the water, but as you guys pick up speed, he begins to lift the ship, and you guys are flying just above cloud level.
Okay, right as they like take off and everything, I immediately go up to the crow's nest because there
Okay.
has to be a crow's nest because this is a ship.
Mm-hmm.
There technically isn't.
The entire ship is a crow's nest, dude. We're in the sky.
Okay, dumbass, you knew what I meant.
Okay. Yeah. You hop up.
Purpose of a crow's nest is so you can get above the waves, so you can see further. When we're in the sky, there's no purpose to have a crow's nest.
As you hop up, you can definitely tell that your vision over the waves of clouds sharpens. Humphrey tells all of you that while it is a more direct route, it will take about 3 days of travel to get from Ferrant to Navasar.
I find Doobly Nuts, the little guy.
Doobly nuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zarlod.
Yep,
So yeah,
that's what I said.
as you look around, you can quickly find him at the head of the ship, somewhat like a child looking over the railing, taking note of everything he sees, which is mostly cloud.
Yeah, because he's not in the crow's nest.
Right. Yeah, the waves, you know.
But yeah, I find where was he again?
He is at the front of the ship.
Did you put my guy here? Oh, there he is. He's just not showing it for me.
Oh.
Okay. I go up to him and I talk to him. Just like, we have departed the payment that we have discussed.
Of course. I have given it to Humphrey for you all to divide up between yourselves.
That was not part of the plan.
I believe that was what you have asked of me. He said he would, and you walk off as he continues talking.
I go to Asher and I'm like, all right, well, he paid Humphrey all of the money. Do we need him anymore?
As he's approaching, I'm like writing down what I see, like hoist and like lift do, like all the different droids. I'm like, I am definitely gonna write some sort of pirate fantasy novella, and I'm like taking note of what they're doing. Be like, I'm gonna sound so fucking smart. And then I'm like, huh? Wait, he paid Humphrey? Kind of snapping my book shut. We already paid Humphrey, didn't we? Did we? My coin purse is feeling lighter than usual, so I feel like I'm giving money to everyone. We can't kill him though. Squinted. Or else why the hell are we going where he wants us to go? Might look a little weird if we're missing the passenger upon arrival.
What? Why? Who knows that we're going here with them?
I don't know. I like lean in. He made himself sound kind of important or something.
Oh no,
Like
he
baby-
died with all of his friends at the hands of the pirates.
But I like tap my chin. But we're here, so I mean,
Fair
it can
enough.
work. Yeah. Let me work it out with Humphrey. I'll see how much we can get returned.
Point of fact, while you guys are going about this, I would like someone to roll a d20 for your travel.
Oh,
I got
that'd
this.
be Levi.
Roll. Disregard that number. We're doing Levi's.
Okay.
It's 10.
10. All right. Continue on.
So
Okay.
Asher's going down to talk to Humphrey.
Where is he?
Humphrey is up on the rear of the ship. I don't know boat terminology, so I'm just going to say rear, right, front,
Stern?
and left. Shut up,
No,
Levi, with your
no.
book knowledge.
Up stern, and then the right is the starboard, and then the left is. Oh shit! I don't remember the left.
Port.
Yeah, port. There we go.
On the back of the boat is the transom.
No, the back of the boat is the stern.
Oh, it's the stern. I meant like literally the back of the boat. Like the back, not where you stand. Okay.
But he's back here by the crystal.
He goes up and starts kicking the crystal.
A little close, a little close.
Yeah, and as you get to the back, you can see Nav is piloting unemotionally. Humphrey is 100% backseat driving. And then you see Packer is standing far off enough that he's not in the way, but close enough that he can get to Humphrey at any time. And then behind them, you see the crystal spinning violently at this point. And then amongst the table, you can see like different directional coordinates. And it at sometimes you can see Humphrey begin to like shift the table, and it like the whole thing spins. And as it does, you can feel the ship list slightly. But as you
Hey.
approach, he takes note.
Hey. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if the crystal spinning is loud or not.
Nope.
Is it loud? Oh, okay. I'm envisioning it
It-
was. But...
I mean, the wind is loud, but
Wind
the
isn't
crystal
loud.
itself. Anyway. Asher, what can I do for you?
Yeah, my companions.
Companions.
They're wondering about the coin for the passage here. Sounds
Oh.
like
Of course. Yes. I have it in my quarters if you would like to follow me.
okay. Yeah, let's get out of this wind. I'm
Okay.
envisioning there's wind if it's not loud.
Yeah, and while it is a ship, it does travel not like super fast, as it still uses the sails and wind to propel itself forward. The crystal seems to be more of like a up and down and rotational, but it doesn't propel the ship forward. So most of the wind is like just being up high. But he shows you into his quarters, and you can see inside it is fairly well outfitted with different like mechanical pieces, as well as like enchanted items that aren't like fully done yet. It seems like he has like a table for his like guns and mechanical stuff, and a separate table for the things he's working on to sell. And then he has a large table, and from under it he pulls out a very large sack of coin and says, I have not separated it out yet, but as we discussed, I do want this trip to be worth my while, not selling my goods, but it is up to your group to split it.
You're muted.
As I can do, I open my bag of holding and swallow it with it.
Okay.
I'll get this all divvied out, don't you worry. You know, this is the first time I think I've ever been in your quarters.
Yes, most people aren't allowed in here, but your group is well trusted enough.
It's nice.
Thank you. I try to upkeep it as well as I can. Yeah, and you can tell like the like front part that you first step into is fairly dirty with just like the mechanical stuff that he's been working with, but as like you go back, the rest of the area is fairly well kept.
Okay. I head out of the room.
Okay. And as you leave,
What's this thing?
Hmm?
What's that?
The thing you're standing on?
Yeah.
It's just out of character. Ships have normally like a spot so that they can move cargo between the top deck and the lower deck. So that would like open up, and then you could drop larger cargo down that.
Yeah. Head down below.
Okay.
Ba-da-bum.
Yeah, and as you walk around, you see Durgeon on deck. He seems to be studying the automatons to make sure that they are working correctly, and he does a little bit of work, but most of it's done by hoist on like the actual deck. And then he just seems to be taking notes and going between each of them. As you get to the second layer of the ship, you can see this is where a lot of the general cargo is, stuff that's like not bulk, and as you go down the steps, you can hear off to the back left of the ship what you assume is Kane, the cook, swearing and chopping rapidly, and then you hear like pots and pans being dropped or thrown, and then more swearing, and then more chopping.
As someone does while cooking.
Yeah, so a normal day in the life of a cook.
I'm kind of like looking around. I guess I try and go a level deeper.
Okay.
I see these two holes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are the ladders.
Yeah, and you guys have been living on the ship, so I'm giving you a little bit of information that you would have already had. The lower deck is where you guys have been bunking. This is where you guys woke up the first time, but it is kind of like been an impromptu just space for you guys to put your bedrolls. But other than that, there's just a lot of like general cargo type stuff.
I go to wherever my bedroll would be.
Okay.
I plop down and I start counting coin.
All right. So yeah, you begin counting coin.
I'm gonna take the next bit to do this. So.
Okay. All right. Please make a perception check.
Wait. And then it's a +5. see, looking at a 22.
22. So the first thing you notice is as you're counting coin, there is a bit more than the 20,000 that he was first saying. The actual number is 20,257. So roughly 20,000, but there is a little bit more.
And 57. Dummy.
Dummy.
The second thing you notice is from the back right corner. You almost miss it, but one of the barrels seems to shift.
We have a stowaway. Shoot him in the face.
Throw it overboard.
Yelling, Hooval!
Flip him onto their back.
I guess I take out my long sword. Because it feels safe having a sword in my hands. But I'm like yelling up to Hooval for help.
Okay. Hoovel, from I'll say with your perception. I just noticed the bird's nest. But yeah, from up top, I'll say with your perception, even though it's windy, you can hear
Windy.
You can hear Asher yell from below deck, and also
I mean, she could have also just cast message.
could have.
I'll immediately fly down.
Okay. And you join her at the lower decks.
I'm gonna make my way down as well, if I heard it.
Yeah, you hear it as well.
You're muted.
I'm like sniveling. I'm gonna be like, I heard a barrel shift. And I have all this gold. I point in the direction of said barrel.
Okay.
Which barrel was it?
She points to the back right corner.
Oh, I have to be careful moving. Oh, I'm gone forever.
I don't know why you guys have such a hard time with that. I don't normally.
Floors hate us here.
What?
It's the floors
Oh.
or something. They hate us. It's this ship.
Well, yeah, because the boards themselves aren't one floor. I'll probably just change it. Anyway. But yeah, Asher points to the back right corner as you guys both arrive at the lower decks.
I make sure to pull out my bow and have an arrow knocked.
Okay.
I tip the barrel over.
Okay. As you tip it towards yourself, and the lid pushes off, and gasping for air, you see a tiefling gentleman sprawled out on the floor, and says, "Oh, there was no air in there!" And as he catches his breath, he looks up and says, "Ah, thank you, that lid got cut, and I wasn't able to breathe at all."
And does that tell us why you're on this ship?
Oh, first of all, introductions are in order. My name is Lyrix. I wouldn't think any of you have heard of me, but
Haven't.
I will say, Asher, you do recognize this gentleman. This is the deckhand of Captain Darsh that you saw loading up his boat, and then unloading his boat, and then loading his new boat while Captain Darsh was just yelling at him.
Oh. Oh. How did you get here, dude? I kind of inspect him. Does he look like clean? Does he look like banged up or something?
I mean, his dress is not as formal as the mini. It is more like raggedy. He might have like a nice coat, but the coat itself looks to be worn quite a bit and like frayed at the ends, with a little bit of patchwork in it. But his hair seems to be like almost slicked back, whether with sweat or actual keep, you don't know. He has a somewhat longer, scraggly beard. Seems to like not be unshaven, like his beard's not like down to his chest, but it is unkept. So he's not like dirty, but just very unkept.
Weird. Brings you to the ship.
Well, you all were, so kind as to save our town, and, with my captain getting a new ship and all, I decided it was time for a new beginning, and just to start over. My life hasn't gone the way it was supposed to go. I'm sure adventurers like yourselves can understand that. Things not going as planned.
Do you know where we're going?
I have no idea, actually. If any of you could tell me where we're going, that would be excellent.
I don't remember what it was called. Give me
We're
a second.
going to Navistar.
Navistar.
Novistar.
But I believe it's overrun with dead.
Well, no, that's Kesdon.
Oh. Oh no, that is right. Kesdon is overrun with dead.
This is just where the dead dragon was flying to.
As you guys are saying this between yourselves, you see his face kind of like sullen and like look off in the off to like the floorboards. It's just like, oh, well, that's not the best.
Can you wield a sword?
Yes, I could definitely hold a sword.
Might want to start practicing. We'll get Humphrey outfitted, or have Humphrey outfit you with one. Yeah, but we've got time to kill. Start practicing, eh?
Practicing, like, be needing to protect myself.
Well, we're not doing it.
Yeah, that exactly.
While you guys are talking, Hoovel,
Yeah.
you hear, from the top deck, like, thump, 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 thump. It feels like, or it sounds like the largest rain you've ever heard.
Okay. I'm immediately go back up.
As he sinks into the ground.
I'm
I'm immediately gonna sink into the ground.
Go to the top floor.
Okay. So while Hoovel heads up there, Moat and Asher, you guys are talking with this guy, and seems like he doesn't know what he's doing other than he just wanted to
God damn it.
get out of Ferrant and out of the employ of Captain Darsh. I'll bring you up to the top deck.
Ah, cool.
Well, if that's the case, are we okay? I don't mean to intrude.
Here. It's not our boat, so. You're gonna want to talk to a squat man. Up by the steering wheel. Yeah.
Oh, well, of course. Would you please put in a good word for me? I, would rather not be thrown off a ship like this.
Do that. I saw that other guy was talking to you. I understand. You wanna get out of that. So, yeah. Hopefully, where we're going
as
is
they're talking,
better.
I start like climbing up, and when I get to like to the second floor, I just start yelling, "Humphrey, we got a stowaway. What do you want us to do with him?"
Okay. As you get up, and Hoovel, you would have seen this. The main deck is filled with fish.
That's probably natural.
The fuck?
Fish.
Boop, 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 boop.
If I could like poke my head above deck, I love fish.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly call this filled with fish, but that's fine.
Shut
okay.
the fuck up. Do you want me to spend the next 10 minutes filling the deck with fish?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do it. We'll wait.
Go on. We'll wait.
But yeah, Hoovel, as you hear this rain and you go up to the top deck, and Moat and Asher, as you follow up, you see fish flopping about on deck, and then you see general confusion over the crew. Nav and Hoist seem to not be affected, but Durgeon and Humphrey seem to like be looking around and like not really understanding what's going on. And then the next second, from the front of the ship, you guys see a pillar of water shoot up through the clouds as the ship lists to the right side, narrowly avoiding it. And as this happens, Humphrey begins shouting orders, and the crew goes into a like full-on all hands on deck. You see as Hoist begins like pulling the sails up and down depending on what they need at that moment. You see as Durgeon goes to the crow's nest and begins shouting orders down at Nav. You see Kane burst out of his kitchen and begin strapping down different items on the interior. And then you see Humphrey grab some of his tools and begin like fixing some of the damages as it lists. You can hear like the wood cracking of the ship as he begins moving down. He says, points to your group and says, "Help with something!" What are you guys
Be
doing?
right back. Sorry.
So right now you see Hoist with riggings, Durgeon looking for like observing what's happening and directing Nav where to fly. You see Kane strapping things down, and you see Humphrey begin working with repairs as things are breaking because the ship is needing to move in ways that it really shouldn't to avoid this pillar of water.
Let's see. Oh, I'm proficient in woodcarver's tools. I'll help repair.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So Moat, you go down and help Humphrey on the poop deck, and you can see as like the ship's masts begin like creaking and cracking. Asher, what are you doing?
I am playing a jaunty tune to invigorate the people. Yeah, I bust out my lyre for the first time in a while, and I start playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm casting inspiration on Mort.
On Mort?
Who's Mort?
Oops, Moat.
Okay. All right. So Moat, you have inspiration. That does only take 1 round, so you could do something else, or you can continue playing.
Can I like investigate? Can I look to the skies and see if there's any? So it's just water, right? Is there any monsters?
Yeah, sure. So that's what you can focus on is looking. To
Yeah,
the
sure.
skies.
There's monsters.
Yeah, sure. You're surrounded.
Since you're bringing it up, I'm making monsters.
So you look around the general area and are attempting to view if there's monsters.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have you. Okay, so you're doing that. Levi, are you back? Okay. I'm assuming Levi will want to help with the looking out. As
Absolutely.
okay, cool.
Okay.
He comes back. He's like, no.
So yeah, Levi, you go up with the Durgeon on the crow's nest, and he's like trying to point out. You can start seeing like the bubbling of clouds as he points out and tells Nav to like list to the left as another pillar of water comes in front of the ship, but to the right this time.
Is it a water spout?
What?
Is it a water spout?
Yeah, it's like a gigantic water spout or geyser exploding.
That's hitting above the clouds.
Yeah.
That's a really big water spout. Holy shit. Cool.
I like how they're like open on one end.
Whoops, I copied it wrong. But okay, so you're helping with the lookout. And then Asher is looking around. Okay, so first off, Asher, I'll have you roll a perception, and Hoovel, I'll have you roll a perception, and then depending on that, will depend on what you're rolling, Moat.
I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 16, I think.
Okay.
No, 14.
Okay. And then I'll roll for Durgeon. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you see as Durgeon points out the first spout before it hits the clouds. So Nav begins turning the wheel and the ship lists to the left, avoiding the spout altogether. But as he is turning the ship, the creaking, groaning becomes more as he had to turn the ship more than he really should have been turning it. That's when you start seeing like the wood that the ropes are attached to is starting to crack, and some of the ropes like attaching the sails are starting to like strip off because the wood is not holding any longer. As you see this, you and Humphrey begin working on the repairs for that. I would like you to roll dexterity with your proficiency.
Okay.
As you are proficient with those.
With proficiency, that's a 19.
19. And then I'll roll for Humphrey as well. Sweet. So you seem
Humphrey
to be
-2.
you seem to be a little bit more proficient than Humphrey. He is pointing out what's breaking and stuff as he just knows the ship better. But once he points it out, you seem to be more efficient.
I'm better
fixing
at handling wood.
Yeah, you're the best at handling wood.
Yeah, that's what I've been told, at least.
Yeah. As this is happening, you can hear crates down below are starting to like roll over as they were not fully strapped down. And then Asher, as you're looking around, you're seeing these spouts go up, but you are not seeing any monsters or enemies coming to attack.
They're beneath the clouds.
The clouds.
Yeah. So yeah, as you guys are going, the spouts don't last very long, but you guys rolled well enough that the spouts do not hit the ship. But again, to reiterate, Nav is having to narrowly avoid them, which is putting a lot of strain on the ship. Moat, you guys are putting a lot of work into repairs, and you're keeping it aloft, but they are band-aid fixes.
Yeah.
After about like 20 minutes of this, you guys are flying and you're like on edge waiting for another one. Hoovel and Durgeon are up top just waiting to, like, they're scanning the clouds to see if there's any more bubbling. But after the 20 minutes, no more bubbling, no more geysers, and you guys somewhat calm down. So at this point, the ship is still intact, and it's still moving, just a little bit damaged.
Okay. I'm gonna yell down to the stowaway. Better make yourself handy if you want to stay. To just get an extra hand helping with whatever.
Okay. And you hear clattering down below, and Humphrey kind of looks over to you and, are you talking to Kane, or?
I don't remember what the guy's name was.
Kane is the cook. It seems Humphrey doesn't know who you're talking to.
Well, as I was running up, I did specify that we had a
Yeah, but by
stowaway
the
down there.
time you got up, they were already starting their.
Wait, what deck are me and him on?
You guys are on the top deck.
Oh, okay. You said we were on the poop deck.
Isn't the poop deck the top deck?
We don't know boats.
No.
Top deck.
Okay, I thought we were one down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then, I mean, you might still hear me, so I'm still gonna say it and be like, long story, and then I'm just gonna continue working.
Okay.
Trying to reinforce some things, maybe before they're breaking, if I ever have a moment.
Yeah.
Like reinforcing the masts and, stuff like that, where it's not breaking now, or at least not that I know of, but I want to reinforce it before it becomes a problem.
Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and continue doing that, as seems like things are no longer breaking, as Nav is trying to keep it as straight as possible. They did like pull up the main mast while that was happening, just so it wouldn't rip, and like so the tearing was a minimal. So you guys fly for a little bit slower for the next hour or so while repairs are being finished, but even after that, they let down the sails and you continue working on pre-preparing repairs.
Yeah, any preventative measures I can take.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to roll another dexterity plus your proficiency.
So I'm not really doing a whole lot.
That's still like a 8.
It's still it's a plus 8.
Okay, so 9. So it's not awful.
I'm not harming anything.
Yeah, you're definitely not harming anything.
But-
You're just maybe preparing things in the wrong places.
You have
at
the
times.
spirit. Yeah.
But yeah,
Wait, I'm inspired.
Oh
you are
yeah.
inspired if you would like to
Do
use
it.
that.
Is
now.
that a D6?
D6.
Ah, it's okay. 14.
14. That's much better. So yeah, you begin preps and seeing some places that might be a little less stable than if it otherwise were left. All right. But you guys continue flying for the remainder of the day, seemingly unimpeded. And as
I like these underwater ruins down here.
Shut the fuck up. But you guys continue flying for the remainder of the day if you guys would like to do anything before sunset.
Oh yeah. Get the stowaway and
Yeah.
introduce him to Humphrey.
I'm gonna come clean to Humphrey, be like, Humphrey, I found a man in a barrel. And he doesn't mean any harm. He's just trying to get out of a bad situation.
You see as his face furrows and says, I would like to talk to him.
Okay. Well, he's down on where we're housing, so we'll have to go back to the bottom of the ship.
Okay. And you guys go and get him and bring him back up. And Humphrey motions for him to join him at the back of the ship. And you can, as Asher is going down, I'll say you hear Humphrey grumbling, "No free rides on my ship."
I'm gonna
It's
be
ships,
I'm gonna
though.
be throwing fish overboard.
Okay.
Just slowly clearing out.
Okay.
Oh, can I scoop up a couple as we walk back down to the bottom of the ship? Maybe just like tuck a couple in my pouch.
If you want to write down Southeast Sea fish. you can-
Southeast Sea. You got it.
You can write down however many you would like to put in your bag.
Take 3.
All right. But I'll say
That's enough for me.
Hoovel, and anyone who wants to look. You guys can't really hear what he's saying, but you do see Humphrey kind of like angrily talking to the tiefling, and a few times like pokes him in the chest. And then after a bit, you see the tiefling like nod his head yes, sullen looking, and then goes to the middle deck and begins strapping some things down.
I want to immediately shoot an arrow, so it like almost hits his head and like pins itself right next to his foot.
Okay. To the stowaway. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, right before he gets down the stairs, an arrow lands, like whizzing past his head, almost hits his foot, and he freezes and looks up at you.
I'm gonna do like the whole "I'm watching you" thing.
And he nods and continues on.
Okay. Done my due diligence.
The old intimidate.
Yeah, roll intimidation for me if you could, with advantage. which would be don't know if you're muted.
I was
Levi.
muted. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a 9.
Okay. You have a -1?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And yet you're always trying to intimidate.
So he nods and continues on. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do for the remainder of the day? It seems like while this was happening, you did see Zarlod went down below decks. But after the listing was done, he comes back up and starts moving about the deck. And then it seems like everyone else is going about their regular duties.
Bring Kane 3 fish.
Okay. So yeah, you go down to the middle deck to bring Kane 3 fish. You see as Lyrics, the stowaway, is strapping things down and picking up some boxes that were tipped over and putting them where he thinks they should be, and just going about like general work duties. And then in the back you hear Kane now, kitchen door open, swearing and rummaging through stuff. And as you approach the door, you see like a lot of the stuff has been tipped over, and he is now like picking up food and fucking pick this up. No one helps me down here.
I like pick up a couple pieces of fruit that rolled near the door, if there be any.
Mm-hmm.
Knock knock. Hey there. Hey, got something for ya. I hold up 3 fish. Southeast fish.
And you see a glint in his eye as he takes them and stows them in like a container that more or less has some fish in it, maybe not the most fresh.
You just mix them up with the fresh ones, and then they're fresh again, like the stack.
The stack replenishes.
Yeah.
You see as he says, I was hoping to get some, but I came down to pick up a bit. It was more necessary, but I am glad I got some. I will use these in dinner tonight.
Oh yeah.
He stowed 2 fish, but one's like on the table, and he takes his like cleaver and cleaves off the head.
I help him with general tidying for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Always be nice to the people who cook for you. Lesson of the day.
Says the person who doesn't need to eat.
Yeah, fair. Old habits. What can I say?
Awesome. Then, if there is nothing more, the day begins turning to night as and then I will set the music not to battle music anymore. You guys start seeing like oranges and yellows across the far horizon. You guys still see land masses around you, as you can see the large continent of Malum, but like you guys can also see the vast ocean, and across it you see a setting sun.
Well, this is nice. Yeah.
And as the sun turns to night, you guys begin seeing wisps of green start going across the sky. And you see like small trails of green and blues and a mixture of a little bit of red streak across the sky, and behind that, thousands of stars span across the sky. Being that there's no light pollution in this world, that's not very different from you guys, what you would normally see. But the wisps are definitely new. And if I get my calendar, the moon is nearly full, or one of them at least.
That just reminded me of that post. It was like, every good fantasy has a fucked up moon, whether it means that there's multiple or something's wrong with it.
Yeah. Do you guys want to do anything tonight?
No, I suppose I just take it easy for the first night. Maybe like journal about the day or something.
Yeah, there's nothing specific I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Nope,
Alright.
I just sleep in the crow's nest.
Sweet. Then yeah, you guys go to bed. You see as the crew is taking shifts, watching throughout the night. The ship isn't moving nearly as fast, but as most of the crew can keep the ship moving through the night, they seem to slow it down when the two automatons need to take a break and do their rest. But other than that, you guys do get a long rest. You guys wake up early morning. The scenery around you doesn't seem to have changed very much, as it is mainly just clouds.
Even from the crow's nest?
Even from the crow's nest, you can see over the waves of clouds, but you do see more clouds.
Oh, wild.
Durgeon does make the ship list a bit down, and says that actually, yeah, he takes it below cloud level, and he's just saying, just in case anything happens like yesterday, we wouldn't want to be caught off guard. Much easier to see the water if you can see the water.
Oh, so now the crow's nest is useless.
So, as he takes you guys below the cloud level, you guys fly fairly high, but still able to like see the water and then the clouds above you.
I'm gonna go down to the bottom floor.
Okay. And then before we get too far into it, someone roll a d20 for today's travel.
Be right back, guys. Run to the bathroom.
7.
Okay. Continue.
I'm gonna go to the very front, up here,
Okay.
and while holding my immovable rod, I'm gonna activate it.
Okay. So the rod begins to move towards the back of the ship.
And I'm keeping a grip on it, so I'm just kind of like sliding,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna deactivate it.
Okay.
That is all.
All right. Cool.
I was curious on how you would rule it.
What do you mean?
Some
Oh,
people were talking about like is it relative to?
relative to the land that you're on or ship, or is
Yep.
it relative
Yep.
to? Yeah, I would say it's relative to the world.
Okay. That was just a test.
Okay. um. Cool. Um.
And I was also prepared. I was like, man, if this like was moving way faster, and it was just like, you're now at the back of the ship.
Yeah. No. Especially with that, you realize the ship is moving at like a brisk walk or maybe even a jog. Um, but it's definitely a slow moving ship.
Okay.
So, um, but yeah, you guys have the morning to yourselves. Everyone seems to be going about their regular business. Um, Still fairly early morning, but a few hours in, you hear Durgeon call out, "Captain, there's something in the water." And as he points to the front of the ship, he looks closer, and he shouts down, "It's a shipwreck!" And sure enough, if you guys go to the front of the ship, you see slowly sinking into the water.
You see a circle of birds flying above it, signifying that there's a shipwreck.
You see a ship sinking into the water. And Humphrey begins like messing with the crystal table at the back, and the ship begins to descend.
Did they make that sail out of scrolls?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is really cool. Are you guys doing anything?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go explore this ship.
Okay. Yeah. So
As he descends, I'm gonna like tie a rope around my waist.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I fall off of this, I sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna tie a rope to the to my waist and attach it to the ship as well.
Okay. So you have 50 feet of movement off of the ship? Or are you trying to get a longer rope?
Oh, I mean, I'll try to get a longer rope.
Okay. If you want to, there is a rope that would be used for more like anchoring a ship. I'll say that's like 500 feet of rope.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. It is much sturdier. It's not like just a rope, but it's like...
Do you want me to move at like half my movement speed?
Sure.
Okay.
It's like a rope that, like, if you put both hands on it, you could fit your hands around it, but just one hand doesn't fit all the way around the rope.
Yeah, but trying to move with that and like dragging and everything, it'd probably be pretty cumbersome.
Yeah. So, as you guys approach,
I'm staying on the crow's nest and just like knocking arrow.
Okay.
Look out.
And then Asher, are you doing anything?
You might still be in the bathroom.
Okay. And then I'll just put a second ship because I don't want to move the ship. But you see as they kind of like move the ship to the side of the sunken one, and then position so that someone could hop on the wing and then get to the deck.
Okay.
And as he does, he shouts at this would probably be a hoist thing. No, he'd want to. You see as Humphrey and Packer also go to the wing and hop off the side. and the ship, while like slowly sinking, and bubbles are forming, you see, as he like steps onto the deck, it's still like waist deep to him, probably knee deep to you. He looks at you and says, "No, Moat. I don't know if you saw the back of the ship, but this is the Wandering Sapphire. This is grave news, but we need to search for survivors as fast as we can."
I give him a nod and start running through this door.
Okay. And as you run to that door, him and Packer split up and go towards the other side. Yeah, and you go to the door and it opens with relative ease.
Okay. I just do a quick scan of this area, see if anybody is stuck in the rubble.
Okay.
I notice this weird altar with skulls on it.
Yeah, it's not necessary. Oh, did I accidentally? Whoops. I didn't actually set the time today. My bad. Not necessarily supposed to be an altar. I was more meaning there to be just dead bodies, but I don't know what happened to the other skeleton parts.
That's fine.
I'll put that for. But as you go in, very apparently, there's a lot of rubble, and then along this back table, there are dead bodies.
Like sacrificed style dead bodies, or
At
people
first
that
glance,
died?
At first glance, it looks like people had just died, not like
Okay.
sacrificial.
Then I'm going to move underwater down to the next.
Okay. Pace, are you back yet?
I am back.
Okay. Is there anything you want to be doing during this time? Durgeon said that there was a down ship. Moat, Humphrey, and Packer have gone onto the ship. And then Hoovel, I would like you to make a perception check.
Okay.
I'll follow in with the team that's going on the boat.
Okay, I'll say you could go on there while they went on there. So,
Okay.
Asher, if you want to go with Moat, he has gone into the captain's quarters back here.
It's a 20 perception.
Sweet.
Oh, I see. Across the way over here.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Moat went
Forward?
in here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he went down the stairs. The first thing you see as well is rubble and also just dead bodies that look to have died.
Like fresh dead or like old dead?
Fresh dead.
Okay.
As you guys go down the stairs, it does turn to underwater, but as you guys don't need to breathe, that is no issue for you. Hoovel, with a, you said 20?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't see any distinct features, but you do see movement in the water, somewhat close to the downship.
Alright, I'll immediately pull out an arrow, have it knocked, and kind of signal someone that's below me on the ship. Tell them that I see movement.
Okay. Alright. As you see that, Moat and Asher, you guys go down a floor, and in this floor you see more dead bodies, and more just like broken parts of the boat that are now like slightly floating. And then just in this room, it's very apparent, a large pile of gold underneath one of the tables.
Oh,
As I walk past, I'm just gonna pick up a handful, put it in into. Oh, actually, I have my palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like.
Yeah, you start vacuuming up the gold.
Pretty much, I'm just gonna like open up my palm and like run my hand over it.
Mm-hmm.
I like punch him a little bit in the shoulder as quick as I can and being underwater and continue looking for bodies.
I try to speak. I don't know how well it's gonna come out, but I try to tell Asher, I'm like, you check this floor, I'll go down, and I use hand gestures as well.
The talking
Okay.
is pretty garbled, which Asher and Moat, I guess now.
Oh, she can read my lips though.
Oh.
She can. So yeah, Asher, you know exactly what he's saying, but just a point of fact with you magic casters, underwater doesn't work super well for herbal components.
Oh. Okay.
So that is something to keep in mind if any of your spells have verbal components.
Okay.
I don't
Fair
think
enough.
a bard's spell have verbal components at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
I try
But
and
then
get this door open. I straight
Okay.
like beating at it a little bit.
Okay. You start beating on it, and then the door starts listing towards you. So you're like, oh, and you pull it open.
It's a ball. Destroy my life. Okay, I come in here.
Okay. Asher, you see more dead bodies and broken side bits. But otherwise, a mostly empty room with another couple of dead bodies. There
Ooh.
is a chest in the corner.
I eye the chest.
Ooh.
Coming back for you. And I start beating on this door.
Okay. Again, that one opens, and while you head through, Hoovel. Moving around the back of the ship, and then kind of like to the opposite side of the downship from you, you get a somewhat better look as it's getting closer to the surface. A large serpent-like creature.
Oh, flashbacks.
Alright, I want to immediately shoot at it.
Okay. And as you go to shoot at it, and you shout it down to the crew, you can hear Durjan kind of shouting over the side. Creature! And then you take a shot at it. I guess this would probably be the best. As it nearly surfaces, but its like back is raking across the water, you take a shot. Go for it.
Alright. Because... Do I get advantage? Because this would be like first round of combat, going before it. It doesn't know I'm there.
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
I would say normally you'd have disadvantage in the water, but since it's nearly close to the surface, I'll just let it be advantage.
Okay, that's a 27 to hit.
27 hits, yeah.
Alright, cool. Going to do my favorite enemy. Eight. So 54 points of damage.
54 points.
Is
Alright.
it dead?
As
Second shot.
it comes up, and you hit it, it makes a resounding, screeching sound that those of you underwater can start hearing, like the water reverberate with its screech. You see billows of black, or not black, but red water pouring out of it. It does seem to be still moving.
Alright, I'm gonna do my second shot.
All right.
That is a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Right. That's 27 points of damage.
27. Oh, God, math. And as it screeches this time, it looked like after the first shot, it looked like it was gonna start going towards the ship, and you shoot it a second time, and yet another screech comes out of it, and as this one comes out, it turns and starts diving again.
Alright, I'm going to bonus action hide.
All right.
You know, yeah, that's plus 12, so 31.
Okay. Then you also see as Durgan points off the ship, you can see him kind of like mumble a few words, and then you see a fireball or firebolt released from his hand as well. That hits the side of the creature, but it seems to do a little bit less damage than what you've seen firebolts do in the past. And the creature continues its downward swim. Those of you in the ship, are you guys doing anything now that you've heard this?
Well, what did I see when I got down to the bottom floor?
Oh, my bad. So yeah, you climb down the ladder, and on the bottom floor, it is pretty much an open ship. I will say, others. Okay. As you get to the bottom, it is a pretty open ship. There's a lot of rubble, and it seems like there was some walling put down here at one point that is no longer here. And you do see the freshly dead body of one serpent-like creature that is at the bottom of the ship, and mostly rubble. At the other end of the ship, you see a chest that in the water gives off a slight bluish glow.
Well, I'm gonna run to that chest.
Okay. You begin moving towards that chest. Asher, as you get into this room, you lock eyes with a Humphrey holding his breath. And he seems to be swimming around, opening different doors and trying to look around this floor as much as possible. You do see right in front of you there's an open, kind of like what we said before. It's one of those things where it opens up so that you can move cargo between floors. And below there you see, again, the dead body of a serpent-like creature and moats run past it.
I didn't mean to jump down here, but I can't get it up anymore.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Same.
I opened this door. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep on looking around.
Okay. In this room, you see, again, a few more dead bodies, and some tables and chairs, furniture that seems to have just been destroyed.
Okay.
And as you move back down the hallway, you can see Humphrey swimming to this door and opens it.
I swim to the one in the back then.
Okay.
You walk.
Or walk into the one in the back then.
Okay. So as you open that, Hoovel, as you are now like perched up and aware that there's monsters in the water, you are searching about, but you do not see any more movement.
Okay, I'll just have an arrow knocked and ready, and if I see any movement, I'm gonna shoot at it.
All right.
Well, any monster movement, shoot at it.
All right, I will note that.
'Cause I know if I just leave it there, you're gonna pull some bullshit, and I'm gonna end up shooting my
Humphrey
friend.
jumps out of the water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Moat. You rush over to the chest.
Yep. You know I'm opening it.
Okay. Go for it.
Oops, I was
Uh,
moving her.
Actually, it is locked.
Okay. Can I move the chest?
You can move it. It's very difficult. It will require a strength check. But underwater, it's slightly easier, but still very heavy.
I don't know if my guns work underwater.
That means there's something really good in there.
As you guys are all doing this, you can feel the ship continuing to sink.
I have an idea. Okay, I'm going to drag the chest till right about where the monster is at.
Okay.
Or hold on, is there any holes in the walls here on the level that I'm on?
On the lower level, there's a few holes that are covered by debris, but you can easily move those aside to make a hole big enough for the chest, if you'd like.
Okay, yeah. Over here, I'm gonna clear off this area.
I didn't see where you... Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna clear off that area. I'm gonna start pushing the chest out.
Okay.
And then as soon as it's getting out, I'm gonna put the immovable rod in its handle.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, it begins moving out, and then as soon as it begins falling, you put the immovable rod in it, and it sticks in place.
Okay. I didn't see anybody living down here.
No living creatures. No.
Okay. And
there
then
are quite a few dead.
Yeah. I don't care about the dead. They don't talk to me. And then after I do that, I'm going to run using the same path because I do have a rope tied around me.
Yeah.
So running the same, I can't get up this for whatever reason.
I'll grab you.
Oh, it's because the floor is directly above me.
Yeah.
Going the same path, I run out.
Okay. While you're running out, that probably took a bit of time to drag it and do all that. Asher, you get to this side of the ship. It seems like this was where a bit of the cargo was. You can see wheat bags have been just very much destroyed with all the water. And you see different bits of pieces of wood and again more dead bodies. It seems like this ship was just packed with people.
Oh, damn. Okay. Nothing else in this room? I do a quick sweep.
Make an investigation check for me.
Uh, 17.
Okay. You do a sweep of the room and you kind of look over some of the bodies and you do find a couple bags of coin, but other than
Vanished.
that, nothing of value or importance.
Okay. I start heading back the way I was to that chest. So down the hall.
Okay. As you make your way back, you can see Humphrey is fastly trying to swim out, and you hear him break water.
Okay, good. He's fine. I'm sure he's fine. And I kind of go back out this way.
Okay.
Chest.
All right, you head back to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You reach the chest, and as you go to open it, or do you go to open it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is locked as well.
Oh. Can I try and pick it up?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
a much smaller chest than the one downstairs, but I will still have you make a strength or athletics check.
Fair enough. I'll go with athletics then, because it's a +1 instead of a -1.
Yeah, athletics
Okay.
uses strength, but I believe it also goes off of proficiency, if you have proficiency in it.
I do.
Okay.
For some reason. um, so it's a 14.
Okay. So yeah, you pick it up, and it's light enough that you can carry it. As you do pick it up, you do hear the jingling of a very familiar sound of coin.
Okay.
Even underwater.
I mean, underwater you'd probably hear it
Promising.
much better.
Maybe. Okay. I go on back the way I came.
Okay. All right, Moat, you get to the surface, and you see Humphrey and Packer begin making their way across the deck, and you see as Durjan passes a ladder down to them.
I tell them to get ready to pull me up.
He nods, and as he's making his way up the ladder.
And then as he's doing that, I jump down, and then I want to like grab onto the chest and wrap around it a couple times,
Okay.
so the rope is around me and the chest.
Okay.
And then when I'm gonna stay with the immovable rod, I want my hand on the button.
Okay.
And when I feel them start to pull the rope, I'm gonna deactivate the immovable rod.
Okay. Cool. And then Asher, are you doing anything else other than getting to the top and taking the chest onto the boat?
Nope.
Okay.
Negative. I am out of here.
Then I will say, with all of that, the crew can pull the rest of you guys up, and both chests.
So bad news, nobody lived, but we did get some money, so that's very nice.
And I put too many things down, so I can't just undo the boat.
You know what you can do? Raise the water.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant that boat.
Yeah. Your guys' boat. I'm a good DM, I promise.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. But yeah, as you guys get to the surface, the boat has sunk a lot more, but people get back on the ship, and you guys begin moving off.
There's the ship. Okay, and bam.
There you go. And then you have the chest and the smaller chest.
Yes.
Chest.
Yes. I was just about to place it down. In the exact same spot.
Nice. As you guys get the chest on, you hear as Humphrey begins talking to Durjan, and says, "This is very bad news. That was the Wandering Sapphire. We need to get word back to the mainland as soon as possible." And Durgeon nods and begins writing. Down.
Oh, I almost did something that wouldn't have made sense because it was Blanche. Damn. I almost had like a really cool answer to this, but that's Blanche.
Damn.
Damn. I let them know like what I saw on the bottom floor. You know, the dead serpent. Not knowing that the thing was open up above where they could see down.
Right.
But I do say that I saw no survivors below there.
Okay.
Me neither. No survivors here.
He nods and says, "We will send word." And he says, "We won't be able to send word until we get back, as we don't have long distance communication unless any of you do. But yes, this is grave news, but we will continue on our journey."
And then as Humphrey's walking away, I'm like, can you open these?
I can certainly try. As Humphrey goes over to the box, you see as he does pull out lock-picking tools, and he fiddles with the lock for quite some time before seemingly getting frustrated and moving on to the other chest for the time being. And a little rosy-cheeked, he fiddles with the lock for another quite some time, stands up, puts the fingers on the bridge of his nose and says, "Apparently not."
Apparently not. Okay, time to manhandle this guy open.
He rolled a 5 and a 3, so...
Oh.
Apparently not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to force this chest open.
Okay. How are you forcing it? Just pure strength?
At first I will just see if I can just rip it open.
Alright. Roll a athletics check.
Rip it.
I'll be right back.
That's an 8.
Okay. Yeah, as you begin to try to lift it, you feel a little give, and then you feel that the give was your fingers, and you slip off.
Okay. Then next, I'm going to just like find a piece of metal and try to like crowbar it open.
All right. Roll athletics with advantage.
Ooh. Oh, it's a 16.
16. You get under it and you can feel it sort of going. Lock is still holding.
Okay, then when I feel it at that point, can I take the rod, the movable rod?
Yeah.
No, have we started moving yet?
You haven't started moving yet, as Humphrey did come back to help.
Yeah.
But he is going up to make preparations to move.
Then quickly, I'm going to activate the immovable rod to hold the crowbar there, and then shoot the lock.
All right. Yeah, I'll just say with that, shooting the lock, with the crowbar and everything, the lock shatters, and the lid slightly lists open.
Okay, deactivating the immovable rod. I'm going. Got it. And then using the makeshift crowbar, I'm gonna flip the lid the rest of the way.
Okay.
As everybody is now probably curious as to what's
Yeah,
happening
and
because I
there's
just
a-
fired.
There's a group around you. As you open the chest,
As Humphrey's like peering over the
yeah,
the edge. I'm
it-
picturing like he like jumps up, his feet aren't on the ground anymore as he's looking over the edge.
sure, we'll go with that. He is now very intrigued in what you're doing. But yeah, as you open up the chest, you see a bow. You see a book. You see what looks to be like a stone cylinder. You see a studded leather armor, a rapier, a javelin, and 2 belts.
Okay. I got all that down, I believe.
All right.
Bow, book, stone cylinder, studded leather, rapier, javelin, 2 belts.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I have it all written down, so when we actually go over what they are, we'll have everything.
Yeah. I was like, as I like close the lid back down.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep saying Asher.
Interesting.
And then I'm like,
Yeah,
I can
on
open
on the
it.
left it shows you have clicked Asher, but you're obviously not.
Yeah, maybe it's because I did it. No. I went back to DM mode and I'm
Oh, interesting.
moving.
Yeah, when
it's
I click on
just
you,
a weird
it
bug.
shows your character.
It's just a weird bug. Okay. Using the same technique, I'm gonna try to open this little guy.
All right.
Since this is my lockpicking tools.
Yeah, I'll say with that, easy enough lock to get undone, and the lock explodes again, and inside you see a fair amount of coin.
And then I'm gonna slip that makeshift crowbar into my palm. I'm like, I need to keep these lockpicking tools
Highly effective.
highly
Okay.
effective.
Don't
Not
open.
stealth.
Not stealthed. Time for my chest. Bring your lock picking tools
I just
over
did
here.
your chest.
He did just open it.
Oh, I thought you said that was also in your chest. Okay.
No, your chest as it opens up, you see a bunch of coins. It's a lot of gold and silver.
Without doing anything, I give the bow to Hoovel.
Okay.
There's a bow?
Yep, you get a bow.
Sweet.
So Hoovel, as you're handed this bow, you see like it's like gnarled wood for the actual bow itself, but the bowstring, rather than like a twine that you're used to, it seems metallic in make.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like tendons.
That would be cool.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Oh, we haven't identified anything yet. It could be cursed.
Yeah, I don't care. It's better than my normal ass longbow.
It's like this bow is specifically worse than a normal longbow.
And now that I'm looking at also the bow, as you look at it, you have to look at it pretty closely, but it gives off a very, very faint black aura.
Oh, that's not cursed at all. Alright, cool.
Nope.
I'll take it and go find someone to identify it for
Like-
me.
Like Paisley?
Oh yeah.
No, I was just like, after we went through and I opened up both of them, I just like called you down. I was like, hey, Hoovel. I open up the chest. Check out this bow. It's pretty nice. You can have it. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay. And then I shall identify for him.
Well, we have a bunch of stuff to identify, so
I
We
mean,
can
my
do it
bow's
over
the
a
most-
bit.
I don't know if anything else is happening right now, but we can do that while we're starting to move.
Villain. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to start identifying stuff?
Yeah, I'll just kind of sit down with like the first thing. It'll be the bow.
how many spell slots do you have available? / how many do you want to use?
Oh well, she could do them as a ritual. That's what I was saying.
Oh, you can. Yeah, if you can do it as a ritual. I thought that was a wizard thing that they could do identify as a ritual, but I might be wrong about that.
If it just matters if she has ritual casting or not.
Okay. We'll say sure. So as you go
I'll look.
forward,
I'll look into her character, see if she
yeah.
does.
Well, for now, we'll say go
I'm
for
trying
it.
to find it.
What do you? So the bow, Levi, if you want to add a warping bow, to your items, it is a bow, same description. I believe it's a +2, and when you shoot, this is off the top of my head, I believe twice per day, you can shoot, have the arrow disappear into a cloud of smoke in front of you, reappear within your range, and pretty much make the arrow shoot from a different spot of origin.
That is amazing.
Oh, before she died, she was able to ritual cast because she had the book. She doesn't have that anymore.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom.
So how many spell slots do you want to use on identifying things?
4 spells that I can do for like first level, so I can just bust out the identify 4 times at first. How many items are there exactly that I need to identify?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items that were in the chest.
Okay.
And if you want to, you would have used 1 for the bow.
Okay.
And then identify is a first level spell?
It is.
Do you have second level spells?
I have second level spell slots.
So yeah, if you wanted to, you can use any spell slots above first as well to cast more times.
Okay. Yeah. So that will get me to 4, 6. Okay. I have 2 second level spell slots. Oh wait, is this my old character? No, it is just 2 second level spell slots. So I guess I can do all of them but 1.
Okay. If you'd like to use all your spell slots, choose which one you don't want to. There's remaining a book, a stone cylinder, studded leather, a rapier, a javelin, and 2 belts. But the 2 belts seem to be attached.
Okay. I choose the stone cylinder. That's the one I'm gonna forget about for the meantime, because
Okay.
it's not like wearable.
Alright. So the book is a diary of a young girl. And actually I'll get back to that one. And just get into the other ones. The bone-studded leather. I'm actually gonna pull them up so I actually give you what they are. The bone-studded leather, it's a +1 to AC while wearing this armor, also with the regular armor bonuses that you get from wearing the armor. When you take damage, if the source is within 15 feet of you, bone spikes protrude from the armor and pierces anything between yourself and the source. Creatures in the line make a DC 16 Dex save. On a failure, they take half the damage that you took on the original damage. On a success, they take none.
That's cool.
The rapier is the Mind Piercer. That is a white ivory rapier with an intricate handguard resembling wisps of shreds of cloth. You have a +2 bonus to attack and damage, and it also has a +1d6 psychic damage. As a bonus action, you can activate the rapier to stand independently. when you take the attack action using this weapon, you can attack from its space if you're within 30 feet of it. You can split your movement between yourself and the rapier to move it. And then that's it with that weapon. The javelin is the teleporting javelin. That one's a +1 javelin. As a bonus action, you can teleport to this javelin. Only one person can be attached to this javelin at a time, and it takes 1 hour of concentration to connect with the javelin. Then last but not least, the beacon belts. 2 belts count as 1 magic item. A set of 2 belts of light blue material with a silver belt buckle. One with a design of a sun, one with a design of a crescent moon. Once per day shared. Either wearer can use a bonus action to trade places with the other if both are willing. If both users are not willing, the bonus action is wasted, but the 1 charge is not used. Alright. That's what I was going to look up. Oh, my bad.
Dude, I think I have to move. At least brick up our downstairs bathroom. Oh my god.
So if you want to split up those items any way that you want, you can go do that.
Okay. Also, Paisley is a warlock, so she can do a short rest and get her spell slots back.
Yeah.
So I heard most of it.
Mm-hmm.
The bow you gave to Levi. The book was just somebody's diary.
Book is Diary of a Young Girl. Yep.
Diary of Jane.
There's-
Jane, as in some random chick we don't know.
Mm-hmm. Bone-studded leather, the piercing, whatever hits you. Mind
Yeah, you
piercing.
didn't do the cylinder?
She did not do the cylinder. She ran out of spells for that.
Then I'm going to give I'm going to tell Paisley to take the rapier.
Rapier, was the name again?
Mind piercer.
There.
I'm also going to tell her to put on one of the belts
Nice. Okay.
as I put on the other belt.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can both put beacon belts. And you can decide who gets the sun, who gets the moon.
Beacon, belt, bam. And then I'm also going to take the javelin.
Okay. Yeah, it's teleporting javelin.
Yeah. And then, I don't know if any of us are going to wear that armor. What armor do you currently have, Paisley? You just have
Let me-
scale mail?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this would be better than that for the time being.
As long as it's like light or medium.
It's light armor. Or studded leather is light armor?
Yeah.
Bone studded would be an armor class of 13. It's the same AC as your current armor, with a bonus. So you can have that for now.
Okay.
So that is everything besides the stone cylinder and the book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was like, the stone cylinder was the coolest thing.
I'm taking a nap. I'll BRB.
A short rest, you don't even have to take a nap. You can just go take a big old dump.
Okay, I guess I'll do that.
Alright. As the day passes, after you guys have done that, identifies 1 minute casting time, so that whole thing took like 10 minutes most.
Yeah.
So you guys after identifying and passing out weapons, you guys have started moving again. As the day progresses, you guys can see the clouds become darker, and you begin hear the rumbling of a storm.
Oh, dude, I just got done with the rumbling of a storm in the bathroom.
You guys start feeling uneasy as the ship seems to rumble as the lightning strikes close enough that you see and hear the lightning at the same time. Lightning and thunder.
No, I hear the lightning.
And you guys can... I don't even know if metallic, you wouldn't like feel your hair rising, but you'd probably feel like staticky across your metallic skin.
Come on, Kyle, know the intricacies of Warforged in a sea storm.
But as you guys begin or continue moving through the storm, you can tell that more people are beginning to take precautions. People are more prepared this time than when the cylinders of water came out. I would like 1 or 2 people to roll 2d6.
I'll do it.
1 person roll 2d6, or 2 people roll a d6 each.
I'll roll 2d6.
Okay.
9.
All right. As you guys are continuously flying through this, and it begins darkening. Let's go with that.
Oh.
You guys, you feel the static on your skin right before a deafening.
Dude, the smell's creeping out of the bathroom.
You guys hear a deafening, loud noise and a flash of white. For the next round, you guys are blinded and deafened. But soon enough, that clears up. As you guys like begin rubbing your, I guess, oculars, because you don't have eyes.
Why would we have to rub them?
You guys blink, and you see that the side of the ship has been struck and is now catching a flame. You see as the crew frantically goes into trying to clear it up. You see as Zarlod runs below deck to get cover. What are you guys doing?
How high above the water are we?
Not very high off the water.
Okay.
In fact, you guys are roughly 30 feet from the water.
Oh, okay. Then I tie a rope to a bucket. And I start throwing it, pulling, dumping, throwing, pulling, dumping.
Okay. So yeah, you're helping out with the fire. Asher, you said you went to take a nap.
I did.
Okay. You do hear this, but you are on the lower deck.
How late from when we did the identifies to now?
Not very much time at all. As
Takes me like 30 or something to get back up from this.
a short rest is an hour.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, I'll give it to you because it would take more than an hour for a storm to roll in and begin being like this. So I'll say, close to the end of your long rest or short rest, you hear this and it wakes you up and you feel like you got your short rest.
Okay, then I run upstairs.
Okay. So Moat, you're helping. Asher, you're running upstairs. Hoovel, what are you doing?
I'm very sorry. I totally missed all of that. Oh, stuff's on fire.
You're in the middle.
That's on fire and there's a storm.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a lightning storm and the ship was hit.
Okay. I am. Are there like barrels of water on the top?
You
deck?
see as Moat is bucketing water from the actual ocean, as Hoist is now like trying to stomp out the flames.
All right. Yeah. I will. Are the sails looking okay? Not like heavy wind and everything.
They look to be okay. They were pulled up slightly, so as to like not rip off, but they are still being whipped around because they aren't fully up.
Okay. Are they trying to make them go up all the way, or is this?
That would normally be
Well,
Hoist's job, but they are stamping out flames.
Okay, well, there's multiple people stamping out flames, so I'm gonna try to help with the sails.
All right, make an athletics check for me, please.
All right. Uh, 13.
Okay. So yeah, you start pulling up some of the smaller sails and get them upright with a 13. As you begin pulling the larger sail, it is a bit difficult to pull up, and as you do, the center mast, as it's being like pulled and whipped around, cracks slightly.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
You see as Humphrey jumps into action, trying to apply like sheets of metal and trying to keep the crack from widening anymore. Asher, about this time you reach the top deck and see all this happening.
Ah.
At this moment, you guys have gotten most of the flames patted out. Just a few embers at this point. Oops. As another lightning strike hits, somewhat like 20 feet in front of the ship. Another like blinding white sound, blinding white, and the sound hits you as you're blind and deafened for half a second, and as you open your eyes, you can see what almost looks to be that the lightning is like hanging in the air, whereas like lightning normally just strikes and it's gone. It seems like the lightning is almost frozen about like 20 feet in front of the ship.
Oh. I look up towards where it came from. Is it just the sky?
It's just the sky. You kind of see as like as you look up the lightning bolt, it cuts off at some point. So you can like see from start to end, the lightning bolt is just like kind of hanging in the air. What are you guys doing?
Well, that's a new one.
So let's make our way around that business. Let's get out of here. Yeah, all fires are out, you said? Whoops.
There's a few
Oh.
embers, but yeah, the fires are pretty much out.
I give him a couple extra stomps for just in case. For some, I think I still have permissions on hoist and nav. I
Oh.
accidentally touch them and move them around sometimes.
Okay, I'll take your permissions.
I'll be like, yeah, that's kind of me-shaped, and I'll like shift it around a little bit.
All right. Yeah. So what are you guys doing? Ooh, nice.
Well, if they still need help on the sails, I'm gonna still be trying to.
Okay. You do eventually with a 13 get the sail up, just not before it cracks.
Okay.
So the sails are now all raised, so you guys are stopped. But the masts are no longer like being more damaged.
Okey-doke.
I'll be like, pretend I didn't see that, and go get to casting Identify on this stone cylinder.
Okay. So you take the next minute to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't really make it look like a lightning bolt or anything.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine.
But, I'm gonna tell Hoovel to fly around that thing with a rope.
The lightning bolt.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
I'm doing things right now.
Well, if it's literally just floating there, I'm wondering if it's a solid thing, and I want to know if we can move it with a rope. My character's dumb, okay?
Ugh, dude, I am struggling.
Dude, same. I still smell my fucking shit. Oh, different reason?
Yeah. Okay.
Did we get the last of the fires out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went and stomped the last couple of ambers, and there ain't
Ambers.
nothing left. Ambers. So how's the stone cylinder looking?
Give
If
me
I
a
may.
moment.
You're still just rummaging around in my chest?
Yeah.
So
You like that?
Asher, you're identifying this item. Hoovel, or you tell Hoovel to take a rope and try to fly around this. Hoovel, are you doing that, or do you want to do something else?
Yeah, I'll do that. Just being very careful, because if I touch it and it blows up, that'd be very bad.
Okay. So you get a rope and you begin flying out towards the stuff. And as you get about like halfway out,
It's gonna explode, isn't it?
you see
It's gonna arc towards you.
as the lightning seems to get wider.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
no. Look at that.
And as it gets wider, you see fingers reach through.
Oh,
And then
that's
fingers
not
reach
bad.
through and pull on the other side. And as it does, you see as it
Oh,
like,
just a rift.
spreads open, you
Hot.
see as three wind elementals are reaching through and are moving in your guys' direction. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck. Thanks for the helpful go touch it.
I got you. I don't know which one was me. Okay,
I got a
rolled.
15.
I got a 25.
All right, 25, and Paisley said 15.
15, yep.
And 22.
22.
I haven't been able to do. Actually, I would have been able to. Maybe not yet. The teleporting javelin.
Unless you took the hour, but
Yeah. I didn't specify that I did, so I'm not gonna say that I have that.
Okay. All right, and then let me roll for These dudes.
I'm gonna go to a different board real quick and could be back.
Okay.
What board are we on right now?
Sky travel.
Sky Travel, got it. Hey, it says that I'm me again.
Nice.
Just to confirm, yes.
Okay, and then I All right. First up, Moat.
Hello. Pulling off this big old bad boy on my back, I'm gonna take aim.
Mm-hmm.
Are they? There's not really a way I can hit multiple
And
of them.
I did say it was 20 feet. But Huval had only gotten halfway there. So Huval will move you a little bit back. And
it's actually like
Oh,
up
sweet.
closer.
yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. Then I'm going to flip down a lens to give myself advantage.
All right.
I'm going to use two. I'm going to use one bullying shot,
Okay.
or violent shot, and fire at whatever one seems the closest.
Okay. That would be probably
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to fire at him.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
A 25 does hit.
Okay. Then, this plus 4. 24 points of damage for my first shot.
Sweet.
Second shot is without advantage. Unless... 23.
23 to hit.
Yes.
That hits.
I'm going to re-roll that. Once per turn, I can re-roll my damage rolls. Much better. 21 points.
All right. So the first two shots hit it, and even though it does seem to be made out of wind, the shots seem to be hitting and damaging the creature.
Yeah, they're so fast, they push the wind out of the way.
Yeah, and the creature seems to be reacting and seems to be quite hurt.
Okay, then I'm going to Action Surge.
All right.
Does a 21 hit?
A 21 hits.
Okay, I'm just getting lower, trying to find that threshold. 16 points.
All right.
And then... Does a nat 20 hit?
A nat 20 does hit. And this is
Okay.
all in the same one, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that wasn't a violent shot, so it's only 4d12. That's an awful roll. 23. But I
Okay.
do get a grit point back.
So yeah, as you fire that last shot, it's like the shots seem to like be going through the creature and like evaporating the air around it. And that last one shoots through it and seems to have more spin on it. And as it spins through the creature, it completely evaporates.
Okay. And then I don't believe I have like any fucking bonus action things besides. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith
All right.
on Hoovel.
So,
Oh.
wait. So you did shot.
Shield of Faith is a bonus action.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That's why I was like looking at my bonus actions, and I was
Mhm.
like, "That's a bonus action."
All right. Yeah.
Shield of Faith at 2nd level on Hoovel.
All right.
That increases his AC by 2.
Nice. All right.
So you get 2 bonus AC while I have the spell concentrated.
Cool. Thanks.
Oh, fuck. Okay. That one's dead. So Hoovel.
Yeah.
I hope you don't balance these depending on one of them getting a turn, Kyle.
Yeah, the one that was next just fucking died, so we'll see.
I'm glad I went for that guy.
Alright, I'm gonna immediately shoot at the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
And then, his whole first turn stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do know you're there.
I
Doesn't
get
matter,
automatic
he's-
Yeah, I know.
advantage.
So you don't
Yeah.
get the advantage slash
No.
the sneak attack, but you do get the assassinate.
Oh, no, he still gets sneak
do get
attack. Or he still
advantage.
gets advantage.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his whole ambush thing, is if he acts before them.
Oh, I thought that was
Yeah.
just assassinate.
I think this is the Gloomstalker thing.
Oh, okay. The assassinate's the thing that they can't know you're there.
Well, the assassinates as long as you move before them. Gloomstalker's on your first turn.
Oh, okay. I'm with you
Yeah.
now.
So I'm gonna attack.
In assassinate, they can know that you're there as long as you
Oh, that's
move
okay, cool.
first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nat
that's
20 on your first hit. So double damage on your sneak attack, assassinate, auto crit. Oh, it's an auto crit though. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm using my favorite foe. One second, I have more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 51 normal damage, and then 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Does it kill it?
60 damage.
So yeah, 60 damage. So you shoot it, and like the smoke seems to like dissipate where the arrow is, and then like the black necrotic damage seems to like swirl around the wound.
Now he's
and
an
keep it
angry
open.
storm.
It is still standing or floating.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my second shot at it. It's a 29 to hit.
29 just hits.
Oh, wow. So 2, and then 4, then the thingamajig. Alright, so 24 normal damage and 6 necrotic damage.
How much?
24 normal and then 6 necrotic.
Okay. So that's. All right. So as you shoot it this time, the still open wound from the first arrow with the necrotic damage keeping it open, it looks at you and seems to like start lunging towards you as you fire your second arrow, completely dispersing this one too.
Cool. And I want to use my 30 feet movement to move back.
Okay.
right there.
All right.
So I hope you don't balance these encounters by 2 of them having a turn. Kyle's like, the rift reopens.
The rift reopens. 5 more come through.
And bonus action hide.
Okay. Your
That's,
second attack wasn't your
30.
bonus action?
No,
That's my part of my ambush.
Right.
Fuck,
Damn.
the glooms.
Yeah.
It's a great combo, dude.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
All right. Cool.
It's all about your first turn, though.
I will say, from your position, you won't be able to hide from it.
Well, I technically had more movement. I just.
But you didn't have enough movement to like get behind anything.
Well, no. Okay, so my dread ambusher is I get plus my wisdom modifier to my initiative roll, plus 10 movement speed, and the advantage.
Okay.
In the second attack.
So
And
yeah, I'll
the
say
attack,
you can
yeah.
get behind this.
Yeah. There we go. That's a 30 to hide.
Okay.
You
Asher.
feel hidden.
Yeah, you feel hidden.
Just a little bit.
But Asher, you're up.
Druid blast him.
Alright.
Yeah. This one. Oh. It's a +7, so 17 to hit.
Okay, and I believe you're a high enough level that Eldritch Blast has multiple blasts.
Yes, it's 3.
Oh yeah, so you would roll for each of them.
I'll roll the 2 together. Oh. 12 and 8.
Okay, so the 12 and 8 miss, but the first one hits.
Okay.
Okay, so far we know that a 12 misses, but a 21 hits.
Okay. So
its
somewhere in
AC
there.
is somewhere between 12 and 21.
Well, the 17 hit, didn't it?
The 17 hit.
Oh, okay, so that does narrow it down quite a bit.
Okay. That is D10 plus 3. Uh, 10.
Sweet.
Basically, you're doing great.
You know what?
Your character isn't built for like crazy damage.
Yeah. This is what I do, okay? And I'm gonna inspire one of you fellas. Let me see.
I will remind you, you can do whatever you want, but I will remind you that you do have the bracers now. So if you did want to do more damage output, you could take a bonus action to also do Eldritch Blast.
Illusionist bracers. Yeah. I forgot about these.
Damage output.
Yeah, you can cast another cantrip on my bonus.
You
Okay,
can-
I'm gonna do that
You can
instead.
take your bonus action to cast any spell that you've already cast as your action.
Okay. Well, here I go. Fuck that inspiration, I'm going for it.
I believe it's any spell.
Well,
Does
26.
it allow you to ignore that double level roll?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice.
But she would still need to spend the spell slot. If,
Yeah. If it was a leveled spell.
Mm-hmm.
Does the illusionist bracers have like a charge or?
Nope.
I guess it's limited to your spells.
Yeah. So 19, and then you get 2 more blasts.
2 more?
Yeah, because
You're casting it.
when you do
Whenever you
Eldritch
cast
Blast,
Eldritch Blast.
you get three blasts, and you roll separately for each one because you could target different creatures with each of them.
I'm going for the same guy.
No, one of them's going for Levi.
No! Not one.
So 8 plus what?
The 8 is a +7, so 17?
15. 8 plus 7 is 15.
15.
Oh, you're right. 15.
15 just hits, actually.
Oh!
Oh, now we have it. Now we know.
Man, that was way off.
So 2 hits.
Nice.
Then that one didn't hit.
Then that one did not hit.
Oh,
So-
okay. So we know that.
21.
Alright. Alright, so 6 Eldritch Blasts go out, 3 of them hit. The creature is pelted with the blasts, but it is continuing forward.
Oh, damn it.
It does get
Is
its
it-
turn.
Oh my god.
What? You know what? You know I can't do this.
It is going to move.
And this is when we find out Kyle was like, I did actually balance this for 2 of them to die instantly. And I just get fucking rolled.
I mean, it is a wind elemental. It'll probably push you into the ocean.
Okay, so it is going to do its whirlwind attack.
Oh, hey.
Each creature in the elemental's space must make a DC 13 strength saving throw. So, moat if you would.
Strength saving throw?
Yep.
12, that's an 18.
Oh, you have actual proficiency in strength?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a +6 to strength saving throws.
Nice. Alright. On failure.
Did you put the hyphens in front of our names so we're at the top of the unique list?
Yes.
I was trying to figure it out, but then I just noticed it's on Asher's and Hoovel's as well.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you.
That's my mute button, so I was like, did I accidentally mute when I was like in...
No, I put them there because I wanted you guys at the top because I was
Yeah,
tired of searching.
yeah, I just noticed that Asher's had it as well.
So if the throw is successful, the target takes half the bludgeoning damage and isn't flung away or knocked prone.
Bludgeoning damage, you say?
So 7 or no 8 because it is +2. So 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's all he's got?
And then fuck yeah. They aren't going to be much help, but Hoist and Nav begin moving towards the front. And so does Durjan. Yeah, Durjan reaches out and he's going to cast Firebolt.
Firebolta!
7 points of fire damage.
He's doing great.
Moat, back to you.
You guys all did wonderful.
He is now like in your space. They occupy the same space as you. So it is now just a swirling vortex of wind around you.
Can I do the Reaper ultimate from Overwatch with my pistols?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna use the Grit for Violent Shot.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 22.
22 hits. AC is
okay, it looks-
15.
Bam bam. First shot. Uh, 18 points of damage.
Alright.
28.
28 hits.
With 22 more points of damage.
Okay.
That was a good roll.
So as you shoot twice, it is barely keeping its form at this point.
Oh. But as he's like spinning around me, I'm also just spinning, firing pistols.
Mm-hmm. Dope.
That's my turn.
All right.
Oh wait, I have to make a Constitution save because I took damage and I'm concentrating on a spell.
Oh, right.
I forgot how to do this. Just 10?
It's 10 or half the damage you took if it's over 10. So
Okay.
it would be 10.
Do I add my Constitution save?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. It's a 13.
Yeah.
I never do concentration spells.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, I think that's the first concentration check we've had in any of our sessions ever. Other than when you guys hit bad guys with concentration.
We don't play spellcasters.
You don't. You guys don't. Hoovel.
Yeah.
The creature, you can see it like almost like fading out.
Cool. So I'm gonna attack.
Alright.
And I have advantage, yeah?
You know, if I had to breathe, I probably
ahead.
wouldn't like it in here.
20 to hit.
20 hits.
Alright.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I mean, I had more damage, but alright, fine.
It has 2 hit points.
Oh, okay. I don't know, just like... Dude, I don't know, come up with something. I trust you.
Okay.
The wind elemental, how do you make that cool?
As you fire your last shot, the arrow starts spinning, and as it does, it picks up the elemental, and the air from the elemental seems to follow the arrow, and the arrow goes back towards the opening that they first originally came through. And as the arrow hits that, you see a bright light as the elemental goes back through that, and the gap that was once open now shuts closed with a thunderous clap.
All right,
Not the
take it back.
lightning,
That was pretty
Lucy.
Don't call it that. What did you make this out of?
In the futuristic lights.
Oh, I thought it was just a ruler that you like went up.
No, I just went to the futuristic lights
That's cool.
because I wouldn't be able to just go do up.
Yeah, that's true.
How did you connect it to nothing?
Yeah. And as the gap closes, the clouds begin to part, and
Come on,
it is now
Call it what it is.
a sunny day. The Lightussy.
Oh, the lightning, Lucy. Give the kids what they want.
Don't say give the kids what they want when you're talking about lightning ussy.
It's hip. It's
All right. So the rest of the crew seems to, barely have reacted before you guys took out the threat. But Humphrey is standing there kind of like bewildered, and he's just like
I did better with moat than I thought I did.
he's standing there just kind of like looking out at the front of the boat, just kind of, what the fuck was that?
I believe the kids these days are calling it a lightning, Lucy.
It's gonna have to be the fucking title. Anyway, Garnus, or not Garnus, fuck. Humphrey.
Wow, that's a fucking throwback.
Yeah. Woof.
God damn it, these floors, I hate them.
Yeah. Humphrey is gonna say, well, regardless of what that was,
Regardless of what the kids call it these days.
we're we're gonna have to take the ship down. The mast needs repairs, and there was quite a bit of other damage to the ship. He goes up to Nav and says, there was a small island about a mile back. Turn us around and take us there. As you guys have now finished the fight, Nav begins turning the ship around to go back to a bit of land that you guys, or that Humphrey had seen a little bit back. I will end the session there, and next time we will continue our travels on the Sky Seas. We will see you bitches next time.
Right, we will see ya bitches next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.